smoke, it takes about 20-30 minutes to start feeling that you want to smoke again. And the reason that is because you start getting better. The oxygenation gets better. And so they realize that if you have the urge to smoke and you get a straw and you breathe through the straw in and out, you create kind of a low oxygen situation. And some people, they just don't feel like smoking. And every time they feel smoking, you have to breathe through the straw. That sometimes works for some people.
It's interesting.
Also, because smoking does not make sense, because you spend money, hurt your health,
Yes.
and there is no reason for people to smoke. There's nothing that you need to smoke. You know, there is eating disorder, but you need to eat. So, but smoking is you quit. There is nothing that you need to smoke, so it's different. It's easier to quit in that respect. However, it's proven that it's harder to quit smoking than to quit cocaine and marijuana and those things. Because when you smoke, each jolt that you get, when you smoke one cigarette, is about 20 jolts. And then if you multiply that by 20 cigarettes, with 400 jolts, that gets, you know, continuously in your brain. So that's difficult to quit. So, but another thing that I was going to point out is that if you do something that do not make sense, sometimes counteract the smoking. For example, you can tell people, you can smoke, but you have to put one cigarette in between your fingers. That means 1, 2, 3, 4 cigarettes. But you have to smoke 4 cigarettes, but you can smoke. So, all at once. So people will go light off 4 cigarettes, but now it has a problem. If they are driving, they cannot smoke driving.
Yeah.
Also, if they have, they're in the restaurant, sometimes they do it, but they have to get underneath the table because they don't want to see people, you know, see them smoking with 4 cigarettes.
Yes.
So by itself, pretty soon they realize, gosh, why am I going to smoke, you know?
Yeah.
Because you realize that it's very sensitive to smoke.
Do you think smoking is an unconscious habit?
No.
Do you think people realize what they're doing to their body?
Yeah, they do know, but they just very hard to quit. The other thing that you can do and give a lot of result is hypnosis. But now this monkey's hypnosis that they do in the hotels, 50 people together and you pay $25, you have to go to a hypnotist, medical hypnotist. And then in hypnosis they give you some instructions that when you feel like smoking, you have to take 3 deep breaths and you will not feel like smoking. And that works, and you keep, you know, repeating and repeating over and over. Just take 3 breaths, 3 breaths. And that I know many people that were benefit with that.
What do you think the best way to quit smoking is? They have patches, they have the fake cigarettes. There are many different ways.
Well, depends, you know, if you smoke because, you know, you have problems, you have to find out why you smoke. If it's peer pressure, it's just practically get out of society, you know. You cannot go to bars where they smoke. You cannot look at movies that smoke, because every time you see somebody smoking, it will get the desire to smoke. And normally, it's easy to quit the smoking, and that's why most of the people, and some important people, said I had 2 bad habits. One is smoking, and the other to quit the smoking. Because it always seems to these people that smoking is easy to quit, because they quit. But then they said, you know, they said, well, I started smoking 1 cigarette a day after lunch, and then 2, and then 3, and pretty soon, like an alcoholic, you just need 1 or 2 packs the night before. So the main thing is not to touch cigarettes anymore, and not to associate with anybody that smoke for a long time. Because they tell me that people for 2 years after, they always, when they have anxiety, they just go to the upper packet.
Yeah.
And they don't know why. Well, it's because they're looking for the pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
And so every time that you get an anxiety, you decide, well, I'm going to smoke. And that's what most of the smokers will come back to cigarettes. Because they don't have a perseverance to, you have to be 2 years without smoking before you declare yourself as a non-smoker. But it's very important, and that is also under hypnosis what you can get, is to make you think that you are a non-smoker. As long as you have the image in your brain that you are a smoker, you will smoke. If you change and now you're not a smoker and you start telling people not to smoke and you tell, you know, I'm not a smoker, you have to tell all the people I don't smoke anymore. So usually that may help a lot to quit the smoking.
Okay.
And that's all I have to tell you in this short time.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much. And we'll see you for another subject another time.
Yes.
We have here